What's up, everybody? This is the Chicago Sports Talk Michael back at it again with another Chicago Bears video. I'm going to destroy narratives that people have on quarterback Justin Fields and why he hasn't been traded yet. If you don't know already by now, the people that are saying the Seahawks were an option for Fields to go to, well, guess what? They just traded for Sam Howell to be the backup of Geno Smith. So you're running out of options for you dumbasses that think that Justin Fields is going to leave and try to give me teams where he could possibly go to. You're running out of options at this point because I can't think of any other team that he can possibly go to. And don't even say the Broncos because the Broncos are looking for their own quarterback. They're not going to take a current quarterback, they want to draft their own quarterback. That's number one. Number two, they're saying the Bears are trying to shop Justin Fields, but nobody wants him. Ian Rappaport said that they haven't really engaged into teams that offered them draft capital for Justin Fields. They haven't really engaged into the conversation of potential trading Justin Fields. And people are obviously going after Ryan Poles, saying he's being greedy, saying he's too patient in this process. When we've been saying this all along, there was never a market for Justin Fields. And if you think there was, you're lying to yourself. There was never a market for Justin Fields. It has not been reported that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears have shopped Justin Fields at all. You hear that teams called the Bears about Justin Fields, but people assume that they were shopping him at the time. No, those were teams that were calling them to see what the Bears' plan was in the offseason. And a lot of these teams do think, and they still do think, that they're going to wind up taking Caleb with the number one overall pick. But now everything's changing. They're saying, hey, maybe Justin Fields was never really considered a trade candidate. And now they're saying, hey, wouldn't it hurt the Bears to keep Justin Fields and still take Caleb Williams? Yeah, it could. It will hurt. Because if you think this civil war is bad right now on Twitter, and by the way, I want to say something because I go on Twitter and I see these personal attacks both on Caleb and both on Justin. Those are very unfair. And to be honest, it goes both ways. This civil war is honestly pathetic. It's just like you have one side that believes that Caleb Williams is generational, and you have the other side that says, hey, we don't need, we just need a generational haul. And we got people attacking Ryan Poles, saying that he's doing a terrible job about how he is evaluating Justin Fields. People saying that Poles is being too greedy. But going back to the situation, if you think this civil war is bad, I guarantee you this. If the Bears take Caleb Williams, it's World War III in Chicago. I'll tell you that shit right now. Because there are fans that chant, we want Fields, and then guess what? You're going to bring a quarterback that they don't like, and trust me, Chicago media, it's dangerous over there. And it's going to divide the locker room in such of players and individuals wanting Justin Fields to be the starter over Caleb Williams. And people want to say, well, it's a business. Well, you don't destroy your business by doing that. That can cause a locker room disaster. And to be honest with you, the people think that the Bears really need is a quarterback, and they're fine. They don't address and I'm going to make another video about this, about the free agency BS that people have against Ryan Poles, but that's another topic for another story. There was never a trade market for Fields. And this is what really irritates me. They're saying Justin Fields could be a cut candidate because of the simple fact that the Chicago Bears cannot find a trade partner, acting like they were shopping him in the first place. If you think Ryan Poles is going to cut Justin Fields for nothing, you might as well take your shit and pack it up and quit YouTube. Because if you even think that it's a possibility that Ryan Poles cuts Justin Fields because he can't find a trade candidate, you are honestly the stupidest person that I have ever come across. And there are some people that think that Justin Fields is going to get cut if they can't find a trade partner. The notion that Chicago and Ryan Poles do not want Justin Fields. This is why you have people like me, people like Swifty, people like Keith on the mic, and people like Adam Mason and Chicago Bear Central, who destroys narratives like nobody wants Fields. Oh, Justin Fields is going to be a cut candidate if they can't find a trade partner. Oh, what will happen if it wouldn't be a bad look for them to keep Justin Fields and still draft Caleb Williams. This is why you have people like me and have people like them to destroy the narrative of Justin Fields. And I've showed you the Adam Mason stats about quarterback Justin Fields. He's improved every year. He hasn't regressed. And yet fans will bring up his win percentage record. People will say that he didn't take a big year 3 leap, even though that this was the only year that the Bears invested in the offensive line. And they forget the 2 years that Justin Fields was here. The first one was a complete disaster by Matt Nagy. Everybody knew that he was going to get fired. And then they tore down the roster and from scratch, and Justin Fields had to work with what he had. I think like any other quarterback would have done way better in those 2 complete rebuilds. People will bring up his win percentage. People will bring up the stats saying he doesn't throw over 2,000 yards, and they forget the facts that his the lack of talent was never there for him until this year. And even this year, he led the league in touchdowns after the Denver Broncos game and the Washington Commanders game before he broke his thumb against the Minnesota Vikings. People forget that he missed 4 games, and I can make a theory if I wanted to that people want to bring up Bajan's win-loss record, but that Bajan won 2 games, but those were against the Brian Hoyer Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. I can make the argument that we would have won 3 of those games with Justin Fields, but one of those games was against the Saints because we had 5 turnovers that Bajan can capitalize on. So this whole notion that nobody wants Justin Fields, there was never a market. Why do you keep listening to these media damn people that need clicks? They need clicks. That they need something to tell their story by. They want an excuse why Ryan Poles has not traded Fields yet. It was the Steelers, it was the Falcons, it was the Raiders, it was the Seahawks. Now that since that they're running out of teams that think that they're going to trade for him, they're making excuses that nobody wants him, and he's going to be a cut candidate if the Bears don't find a trade partner. And Ryan Poles is being too greedy and wants a first and a second round pick for Fields. There was never a trade market because you want to know why? They were never shopping him in the first place. And Ian Rappaport said it himself twice. There was never a market. They listened to offers, but they didn't engage with it because they want to make sure that they're 100% on Caleb Williams come March 20th when they go to his pro day, where I guarantee you the Bears will not be the only team there. The Commanders will be there. The Giants will be there. The Falcons probably will be there. The Broncos will be there. Like there's going to be teams that need a quarterback in this year. Even the Patriots will be there. It's no one, like everyone has this notion of Caleb Williams is guaranteed to go to the Chicago Bears, where it hasn't even been evaluated yet. Justin Fields, as of today, is still a Chicago Bear. He has not been traded. He has not been traded. He's still on the roster. And people want to say, well, teams choose this over Fields. Fields was never a free agent. He's still under contract on a team. There was never a market like people want to make it seem to be. And people are going after Poles saying that he's handling this poorly when Ryan Poles is doing the absolute right thing to do. Wait this situation out and make sure you are 100% on Caleb Williams that he is a guy. Because we have 5 draft picks. We have to build through the draft. Anyways, that's all for today's video. I just wanted to get this out there and destroy the narrative. So anyways, that's all. Hit the subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching.